With no account required, you can now go to securustech.net and put money directly on an offender's trust account. Save on fees and deposit money today. Go to securustech.net. That's securustech.net. Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Hey, it's Gypsy.
an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept charges, press 1. To refuse, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey,
Hey,
how you feeling?
good. I was taking a nap earlier when you called.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like
I
nap.
just wanted to tell you about something that's kind of going on. So last night, now you know that like I asked Jeff to remove himself off my contact list because of everything with everything with mine and stuff. But we're still cool and everything. And so anyway, last night I see he had added himself back on, and I'm like, that's out of character. Something must be wrong. Either his parents passed away, he's got cancer, he's suicidal, I don't know, or he's seen something online or something. So I gave him a call last night, and he asked me, have I been talking to a guy named Josh Cedar? And I'm like, no, never even heard of the name. And he's like, okay, because I've seen online this guy, he's a wannabe reality star. He was on one season of The Bachelorette, was eliminated week 1, and he's just a clout chaser. And so I'm like, no.
Funny.
No.
It's so funny that you are telling me about this because last night, this guy named Dontrell Alexandra, he's from Australia, and he sends me stuff that, if he sees that something's not right. So he sent me the screenshot, and he said, this is from someone that posted about this guy. Thought I'd pass this to you. And it says, this is my first post here. I normally stay on the sidelines and just read comments. I saw something on Instagram today that sort of frightens me. This Josh guy, formerly on one episode of The Bachelor, is trying to win over Gypsy's heart. He just doesn't seem like a good guy. He dated multiple reality stars, and honestly, I think he could be mentally unstable. Please, someone alert her. She doesn't need this drama in her life. Well, this guy posted, I have begun corresponding with the very beautiful Gypsy Rose Blanchard in prison, and I'm looking forward to visiting her at the Chillicothe Correctional Center in Missouri, which is only 3 to 5 hours away from me. She is absolutely gorgeous. Now, by the way, if you haven't seen recent pictures of her, then he puts a picture of himself. This guy's built, got tattoos.
Yeah.
And I promise you, Gypsy won't be able to resist my charm.
Ugh.
So
you're aware of the situation.
Yeah. So I told, Dontrell, I said, don't worry. I said, he doesn't stand a chance. He said, I'm just passing this info off to you guys. Anything bad I see, I'll send it to you. And I said, thanks. I appreciate it. I've heard of this guy before.
Okay.
Well, I've seen him actually on The Bachelor. Okay. And all he is trying to find fame through somebody else being famous.
That's what I kind of figured, and Jeff felt the same way. As soon as Jeff seen that, he let me know, and then I let Ryan know. Like, I told Ryan that I talked to Jeff last night, everything's cool because it was for the greater purpose of my
Yeah, I mean,
protection.
I'll send that to I could send the screenshot to Ryan.
Oh, he already seen it. He
Oh.
made an Instagram account as I was talking to him. Like, he bypassed all the about me's and likes and all that kind of
Right.
stuff just to create that account to message this guy. So he messages this guy and it says, like, you're talking to my wife, you know, like, come on now. Says some not so pretty things, and then sends the message. And then it was crazy because last night at around 9 o'clock is when I called Jeff, and then we got off the phone probably about 9:30 or so, and it was almost time for count time at 10. And in the time that I talked to Jeff, this guy added me on Securus. He was a
Holy
contact.
fuck.
Yes, and I'm like, holy shit. And so I had sent another message to Jeff being like, holy crap, in the time that we were talking, he added himself on JPay. And so that's when I called Ryan.
I hope he freaking messages, like, send you an email, because I'm so curious on what this.
He did. Oh, let me go get my tablet. Hold on, thought, and I'm going to read to you what he wrote.
Okay.
Okay, I'm restarting my tablet because it's a little spotty.
Okay.
So
You need to give me this guy's freaking email address.
I don't have access to that.
Oh, son of a bitch.
It doesn't tell me that. It doesn't
I'm
tell
gonna
me
look.
personal info. But Ryan had sent him a message last night, and I sent him an email last night, and I basically said, like, I don't know who you are. I don't know why you chose me to try to get your 15 minutes of fame, but I have friends everywhere, and they told me about you, and I don't appreciate you spreading lies about me. I am married. My husband's name is Ryan Anderson. This is not appreciated. I'm like, people like you disgust me. Trying to prey on vulnerable people.
Right.
And anyway, so this morning, our Wi-Fi, right? So spotty. Okay, almost got it. Come on. Work with me, baby.
Yeah. I'm gonna fill in Dontrell and let him know that he did email you and that you put.
It was a short email. It was just very narcissistic. It was like, I'm a famous reality star. I'm like, I haven't even never heard of you.
Right, and you watched The Bachelor.
Right. All right, so this is what he said. He said his headline is Reality Star Josh Cedar. Hey, I'm Josh Cedar. I'm a famous reality television star and exotic dancer. I have been following you for some time. I would love to chat with you if you're interested. I created this account just to reach out to you. I hope to hear back. No pressure. And he had gotten my email today, and it was basically, I said, I don't know who you are or why you chose me to find your 15 minutes of fame, but I have friends everywhere, and I know what lies you've told online. I'm a married woman. My husband's name is Ryan Anderson, and we do not appreciate crazy people like you spreading lies. People like you disgust me, trying to prey on the vulnerable. Well, let me tell you something. I may look cute, but I have a smart-ass mouth, and I'm not afraid to tell you to go fuck yourself. P.S. My husband has sent you a little Insta message, too. Panty-wearing douchebag.
Oh, God, you sound like that's still something I would have done.
Because Ryan said he was wearing, like, a panty or whatever. Like, so.
Yeah, he's, like, in a freaking bikini. I mean, in this case, it has, shorts on, but.
Jeff said, he wrote this at 12:30 today. I told him, after several others stated you were married in his IG comments, he told them they were wrong and that you had gotten divorced. So I posted on there, she's 100% happily married. She's been warned about you. Go away. He instantly blocked me, LOL.
That's so funny. I'm so glad that, you know, people have warned us and, you know, or stay on top of it. Because me and my mom were on our way to the airport last night to pick up my nanny and my parent. And because they had went to Tennessee for their granddaughter's bridal shower. So, you know, I get a message and I look, and that's what, you know, Dontrell had sent me. And, like, I don't know who Dontrell is. All I know is he's from Australia, and he's very supportive of you, and that he will, anything that he finds is harmful or in a negative way, he just replies and he lets me know, because I told him, I said, I'm on the phone with Gyps, and this creepy guy sent Gyps an email. Thankfully, people warned her already, and she did put it in his place. And he said, that's awesome. Just looking out for her and you guys. So,
hella appreciate it, because had I not, like, I'm not sure how I would have responded had I not been warned. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been like, oh, hi, you know, I probably would have been friendly.
Right.
Walked
well,
right into something.
Whenever I was like, you know, next time she calls me, I did tell him thanks so much, and she said thank you for the heads up. Yeah. You know, because this is somebody that's really supportive. And I was like, she's going to call me. I'm like, can't wait to tell her about this. And he said, oh, your guys are welcome. Tell her she's welcome. And then I woke up this morning and I fell asleep and I took a long ass nap.
You and me both. I just woke up not long ago. I've been kind of having spotty sleeping lately.
Yeah, well, Vicki left me a voicemail earlier. I was taking a nap, but I got her voicemail when I woke up, and she said she missed a call from you.
Oh,
she was in the shower.
I finally got her, and I had told her about that guy, too, so tonight she's going to go and find him on Instagram, too.
Oh, I'm going to go find him, too, and tell him, like,
and then the crazy part is...
kind of backfired on you, huh, dude?
The crazy part is I deleted him several times, and he keeps on re-adding himself.
Well, let him read them. I mean, he could let him waste his money freaking sending you emails. You know, it'll give you something to laugh about.
Yeah.
That he sends you.
Like this guy.
I mean, because anything he sends you, I wouldn't even take with a grain of freaking salt.
Right.
It's just such, you know, laugh, you know.
Yeah,
that's
I'm definitely not gonna keep corresponding with this crazy person.
No.
I know that there's people out there like that, and I'm like, I know that there's some confusion. You know, some people think that I'm still married. Some people think that I got a divorce. So there's some, you know, gray area there. But once the documentary comes out, people like this are gonna look so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so freaking crazy. You know, I think.
To attack, for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He was like, he's like, where are these posts at? And I'm like, Instagram. And I'm like, I know that Ryan doesn't have an Instagram. And, like, literally, he was like, trailblazing it. I'm like, what?
Well, you know, I mean, when it comes to your loved ones, I mean, you're gonna freaking become the freaking mama bear and
Right.
tiger and the freaking, you know. I mean, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look, you've seen me freaking go after people that try to hurt y'all, my loved ones. But good for you. Good for you.
So,
I
was trying to make sure that you were aware because, I know that you have Instagram, Mia has Instagram, Dylan has Instagram. I'm waiting till I get out so I can make me an Instagram.
Yeah.
I just felt like God, I don't know if it was the devil, I don't know if it was God, but my relationship with my patient and my relationship and Ryan's was being tested last night because, it involved me having to talk to Jeff, and then once Ryan made his Instagram, you'll never guess who started following him. And that was
freaking
crazy.
Francesca.
No. It was actually his stepmother that he had sex with.
Wait, who's stepmom?
Ryan's stepmom.
Ryan did the nasty with his stepmom.
Remember how I told you that he was angry with his dad, and he was
right.
Yeah. And
girl, everything that we've discovered, or we, even before the murder, when I knew that, Bobby was really for Claude, nothing could surprise me. Shit happens. I mean, it happens. I mean, nobody's perfect. And, I mean, look, one of my best friends, Jessica, a couple of years ago was before Mia graduated, was fucking Dylan.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my best friends, Jessica. Yeah, and she had told me herself, and her husband is freaking crazy when he gets pissed. So I wasn't saying nothing because I needed to protect my son.
Right.
And I wanted to protect her too because her husband Travis was fucking around on her too. And I mean, she had felt bad about it. She cried to me, and and everything. And I was like, he's a girl. Dylan was of age. I'm like, there's nothing I could do. You know what I mean? Yes, I should have known better, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And when he found out, he came over here. Him and Jessica came over here, and I was like, I really didn't say anything because what can I say? What can I tell this guy? Dude, yeah, I knew, but your crazy ass tried to come beat up my son, which that's what you're trying to do now,
Right.
And her and I still talk. We don't hang out. We used to hang out almost every freaking day. She only lived 4 streets away from me. And, I mean, we'll text each other and stuff, but to hang out, no.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is what it is. There's nothing I could have done,
Right. I mean, at least he was of age.
Yeah. Yeah, he was of age. Whether he was 17, 18, I mean, I didn't ask how long or when it started. I didn't, what I heard was enough.
Yeah. Don't even know no more than that.
Right. And me being understanding, because knowing how Travis is and, and stuff like that. And knowing that, Dylan had this crush on her, Did I think anything happened? No, but it did. There's nothing I could freaking do about it.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, your dad, when he was in, I forgot what grade he was in. He wasn't in high school, but he was involved with one of his teachers.
Mhm. See, that I
You
knew.
know,
That I actually think my mother told me.
and yeah, and look, this bitch, I didn't like her because I had zero respect for her because your dad was so freaking young, and I never forget one time at the cutoff there, me and your dad was standing up talking, and we just happened to turn around, and this woman and her husband were right there. I mean, like right there. I mean, there was no avoiding. And so when your dad was like, "Oh, this is so and so," like, and I looked at her and I was like, "I know exactly who you are." And she didn't know where to put herself. Now, I didn't say it loud for her husband to hear, but I was like, "Yeah, I know exactly who you are." And, if she'd have said anything, I would have been like, "Yeah, you freaking disgust me,"
Yeah.
you know. But he was like, "Yeah, she's doing it to me other kids." And they never had sex, but still,
Yeah.
fifth, sixth grade,
Yeah.
God was in,
That's crazy.
Maybe seventh, but young, to where it was gross.
Yeah.
It was freaking nasty. Yeah.
There's just some people in this world that I just don't understand, but
Yeah.
you know.
And I mean, I had knew about this. Lord, me and you dad were just friends at this time. I mean, so it's like I knew so much already about him when we started dating. There was no reason to act a certain way or whatever because he knew everything about me and I knew everything about him. But never expecting that him and I would ever run into these people. Even though, yes, the body is small when you think about it, but it's not that small. But boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, shoot. There was back whenever Ryan was working at the hospital, in the X-ray department before he took the teaching job at Hamilton, and like the school before this one, the one he got,
Yeah.
there was a woman, and he had just wrote me the letter, like his first initial letter.
Your first one. Oh, yeah, the first one.
And this girl that was working as a nurse named Brandy, saw him having like a bad day, he was having a rough day or whatever, and says, "Well, come here, I'll make your day better." Takes him into the bathroom
and gave him a blowing.
Gave him a blowjob, and then now, like about a couple months ago, he runs into her at the grocery store.
No, I'm having a good day, girl. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. And it's funny because it's like they ran into each other, and she's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" He's like, "I'm doing great," and stuff. And I got onto him. I was playing, of course, but I'm like, you should have took the fruit and throw protos at her. Like, you don't stand there and have a conversation with some chick you hooked up with kind of in the bathroom.
I mean, when you think about it, though, like, if it didn't mean anything, I mean, she just, to her, she would probably just, to her in her mind, it's probably a dick's a dick. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, a blowjob's a blowjob, fuck it. So there was no emotional attachment. So when there's no emotional attachment, you could talk to a person that you've done something with in that form and not feel guilty, not even think about it, or might have even forgot about it for a while and was like, oh, shit, yeah, I did that with her. So that there, that's just like there's no emotional attachment,
Mhm.
and which is a good thing, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
because,
I had told Ryan, I said, after that whole incident with running into Brandy, and I don't know, we went on a tangent about Facebook, and I said, is your exes on your Facebook? And he's like, no, I don't think so. And I said, well, do you have any good relationships with your exes? Like, do you think if you ran into one of them, like, do you think they would look at you and smile and think fondly, or do you think that they would, like, dislike you? And he's like, my high school sweetheart absolutely disliked. She would probably shoot me the bird or something. And I would feel the same way. But my ex in Arkansas, Jennifer, she would look back on things and, wish me well or whatever. And I said, that got us to talk about Facebook. And I'm like, well, is there anybody on your Facebook that you have had sex with or hooked up with, whatever? And he's like, there's a couple of girls.
well,
And
that's
I'm
like
like,
with me. I mean, I have a
well, go
couple
delete
of
them.
mine that I have ex-boyfriends on there, but we're friends, I mean, and God, me and your dad's going to be, this month's going to be 31 years we're together.
Oh,
So, I mean, the guy that I left your dad for, Barry, I mean, we're Facebook friends. We're friends out of Facebook as well. I mean, it's so long ago that, you know, time passes and there's, like I've told you, there's you can be friends with your ex, if there's not those feelings or whatever, then fine, But I wanted to talk to you about this too. My friend Desiree that lives in Lake Charles, the one I said, her son-in-law is a cop there. Do you want me to talk to her and see, because she could probably find you a good female therapist.
okay. I mean, sure. If you want to go ahead and have her look for one, Ryan did. He went on a website called BetterHelp.com, and it matches you with what you're looking for. And
Okay.
it's not matched, but it's $80 every 2 weeks or something. And right now I'm not covered by Ryan's insurance. I won't be covered by his insurance until next October. Like not this October, but next.
Do you have an ink pen or something that I could?
I have my tablet and I can write her
Because
number.
I could give you Desiree's number, and if you want to call her, I could let her know, and she'd be happy to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay, it's her last name is Dubard. It's DUBARD. Her number is area code 337
Okay.
764
Wait.
7779.
7779. Okay. So it's
And I'll call.
337-764-7779.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call her or text her and let her know I gave you her number, and that you'll, at least give her a call whenever, because I want you to get to know her, because since she lives there,
Yeah, like having someone that.
Yeah, and that it's good that her son-in-law is a cop, because if you have any problems, you might be able to call him directly.
Right.
Like let's say you're at your apartment complex and, there's somebody, is giving you crap or whatever, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, or it could be at the store, whatever. Just call them, text them, and say, here, this is where I'm at, and, this is happening, and that way it's good to have a cop in your back pocket,
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, I'm serious, though. I mean, like, if he ever, tells you, like, when you get out and y'all meet or whatever, and he tells you, hey, here's my number. If anything, you need anything, anybody harasses you, you call me or you text me, girl, you take up that offer. I don't care if it's 1,000 times you got to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're there to protect you. And I think he would, because Desiree and I are so close that he would definitely, because Desiree would probably try to whip his ass if you didn't, girl. She's definitely, you could talk to her about anything.
Okay.
And it stays in the vault.
To make friends and
have
somebody I know and, maybe even hang out with.
Right. I mean, it would be wonderful. I mean, shit. I mean, they have horses and all of that,
Yeah.
One day she could call you and say, hey, I need to go, to the barn with the horses. You want to come? I need to go, feed them or do whatever, At least you'll have somebody, that's established and that is going to protect you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She would definitely.
I'll give her a call, probably sometime later in the week, maybe like Saturday or something.
Yeah, I'll text her and have her tell her to call me when she's available, and I could let her. She'll be all excited because she's looking forward to meeting you.
Aw. Well, I had told
Yeah.
I said, me and Vicky had stayed on the phone for 3 hours.
She told me, which she said, like, oh, me and that baby girl, we talked for 3 hours, and I'm like, well, good.
Yeah, we talked about everything, and I told her, some of the stuff that I go through, and I think, and she's like, we need to get to a therapist, and I said, I have a confession, and I said I lied about something, and she's like, what? And she's like, to me, and I'm like, not necessarily you, but maybe to everyone, and I said the reason why I said that was because I knew that by the time the documentary would air, that it wouldn't be a lie anymore, it would be true. And I told Carolyn and Annette that I have already started seeing a therapist. And
oh, well, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Look, Gypsy, I would have said the same freaking thing because there's so many people that are going to be watching this. And I even told Vicky, I'm like, yeah, she talks to Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck them. That's just less bullshit that we have to. I would have done the same thing. So don't even worry about it.
I was like, since it's not going to air for so long, I'm like, by then we would have found me somebody to talk to.
Yeah. At least you're looking into it. And you know what? It doesn't matter. The point is that you want to see one. So, yeah, you're not seeing one like every week or every other day, but who gives a fuck? I'm your therapist. Vicky's your therapist.
Right.
Ryan's your therapist. Your dad's your therapist. Whatever. But you weren't lying when you said you're seeing one. I mean, your friends could be some of the best therapists for you or your family.
Exactly.
So we'll put it like that. So don't feel bad. Don't lie. Don't worry.
I had to tell her the truth. I'm like, I need to tell you something. Ryan always gets on to me because every time I say, like, I have a confession or I've lied about something, it's something so small. And he's like, God, the way you made me think. And, like, last night, it was almost count time. And I called him before it was count time. And I said, listen, I'm going to call you after count time. There's something I need to talk to you about. And I want you to stay calm Don't react. I want you to respond.
Oh, my God.
I built it up so bad, and then I had to go for count time for like 30 minutes.
Oh,
so
Lord.
for that 30 minutes, he was pacing. He was
right,
like,
huh? Because no telling, like, oh, God, he's thinking the worst. You know, he's thinking, oh, man, what if she's changing her mind about this marriage? You know, everything's going through his freaking head from A to Z.
Yeah.
You know.
And
But,
then when I told him, I said, he answers the phone after count, and I'm like, listen, this is for my protection. I need you to protect me. I need you to be my husband right now. Are you listening? And he's like, I'm listening. What's going on? I'm like, okay.
The past 2 days, your sister has gotten to be in the operating room. Yeah, she said it was so cool. She sent us a picture of her at the hospital, like in her OR uniform, which is all royal blue. And she was like, so cool. I got to spend the last 2 days in the OR. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
I know. That's pretty cool. Yeah. She's living her dream.
Well, tell her I'm super proud of her.
I will. And I mean, I know Vicki filled you in on the F-bag takedown.
A little bit. She said that Tori reached out to you. Tori?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting. I could tell you that, because what F-bag is doing to Amanda is so fucked up. Amanda is a girl that had joined the by proxy thing when we were kind of at the tail end of it, when we were getting ready to, leave. She went to school for psychology. And, she would give her opinion on stuff. She never, had talked shit, like how F-bag and all did, or, she never did that. She would just give her opinion on things, and everybody's allowed to their opinion. And it was just like a opinion from her point of view, taking psychology classes and everything. So, I mean, it was nothing harsh. Well, her marriage went south, and it was bad. So apparently, F.I. convinced her to move to Kentucky and live with them. Okay, she had her paying $600 to $700 a month to sleep on the sofa, and F.I. and O's rent was only $500 a month. Well, F.I. ended up kind of using Amanda's credit card without knowledge. And one morning she woke up and she was digging in her personal belongings. So she went to move, she went to stay by her boyfriend's house or wherever for a couple of nights. And then when she went back to get her stuff, F-bag, attacked her.
Oh, wow.
Physically attacked her.
Oh, my God.
And now she's using Amanda's story as her own.
Wow.
Saying that Amanda signed life rights, which she never did. So she was saying, yeah, we want to take her down. We want to take her down. And I'm like, look, I talked to a lawyer, and this is what it would cost, And she said, well, Amanda has an attorney on retainer. I said, I just need to know one question. She said, what? I said, do I have to pay anything to the lawyer? She said, no. I said, count me in.
All right.
Yeah, Titania's been. Tori talked to Titania. Titania's in. They're going to try to get a hold of Dawn Boker. Because Dawn, they did F-Bag did the same thing to Dawn, which when Dawn was at her most vulnerable, made her, correspond with Nick. And then Dawn was going to move with her. But then Dawn realized, like, I'm going to have to work and pay all the freaking bills. So I'll never forget when F-Bag went to go pick her up at the bus station, that Dawn wasn't on it. And I remember F-Bag calling me, freaking out. She wasn't on the bus. I can't believe she wasn't on it. Well, it's because I guess God sent Dawn a moment of clarity and realized, like, she's going to use you. Just like what she did with Titania when, Titania had that brain tumor, and Titania told me last week, she said, Kristy, she said, I said some harsh things, that I shouldn't have ever said. She said, but freaking Fancy would get me all worked up and, and get me mad. And where I would explode, where she wouldn't. And, I said, well, no, that's how she got you to do her freaking dirty work. Supposedly Brandy Jolly quit drinking the Kool-Aid too, but I'm like, I told Tori, I said, let me tell you something right now. I said, if Brandy wants to take, F-Bag down, I said, that's fine. I said, but I will never, ever accept her apology.
Right.
I said she could crawl to me on her hands and knees and say sorry. And I'm going to be like, okay, you sorry. Whatever. If that makes you sleep good at night, that's fine. But it's done. It's, you fucked that up. I'm not doing it. And so I was like, she could, and I told Tori, I said, don't you even tell her that. I said, she owes me an apology. I said, because, it would be ingenuine. And Tori's like, yeah, she said, she has to tell it to you, not have somebody say, oh, you owe Kristy an apology. I said, because I guarantee you, she knows she owes me an apology. I said, but I said, I'm telling you right now, I said, my walls are up with her. I said, I wouldn't freaking trust her. And she said, everything that her and Brandy has talked about has never gotten leaked to F-Bag. Just like all the conversations me and Tori had before we left and after, F-Bag never knew. Because I never told her, oh, yeah, I talked to Tori, every other day, or how many times, whatever. It wasn't her business. And Tori never told her that she talked to me either. And it's everything Tori and I have ever talked about, never, ever got, linked. Even if there was something that was already talked about, that everybody knew about, it was never, ever leaked like that. It came from me or it came from Tori, never, never, never. And she said, well, Brandy told me that she would rather put up with Natasha than F-Bag. I said, a lot of people would rather put up with Natasha because Natasha's up and direct and straightforward. And then after she says what she has to say, then it's over. It's done. I said, well, that's the thing. I said, F-Bag gets everybody to freaking do her dirty work.
Yeah.
I said, she prays on the week. And, then she told me that, like, for her network, that's, that keeps getting canceled or never happening, that it's supposed to have this gala or whatever, and it's going to cost like $100 a ticket or whatever. How much? Well, Tori said that Francesca is going to take some of that money and put it towards a nonprofit. And we were both like, that's embezzlement. I said, she takes $1 from what, that's supposed to go towards the network. Aurora Grace, do you want to go in your kennel? Aurora. Yeah, you heard me. And she says, I'm waiting. This was supposed to happen June, the first week of June. She said she's waiting to if Francesca does take money and put it towards a nonprofit.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
That they're going to notify the authorities and get her on embezzlement.
Good.
So she's going down no matter what.
Good.
Yeah. And me and Vicki had just talked about, like, she's going to get desperate. She's going to embezzle money from something. And then I'm on the phone with freaking Vicki, and I get a call coming in. I'm like, oh, my God. And she's like, what? I said, Tori Johnson. She's like, answer it. So I did. And I recorded the conversation, and I played it for Vicki. But I didn't tell Tori or nobody I recorded it. It was just so I wouldn't leave anything out or whatever. It was just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. But, yeah, I'm going to keep you posted with that. Amanda's supposed to call me, so I'm waiting for her to call.
Okay.
But it's just crazy.
I hear her just going crazy over there.
Yeah, just coughing or taking something out her throat. But, yeah, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 3:30.
Okay.
Just a checkup, my follow, my wellness check. So, nothing wrong.
Okay, good. Well, I have to go and do my little work detail. I gotta clean the wing floor. I gotta sweep and mop it. I'm so tired today. I haven't been sleeping good, and I am still spotting on the second Depo shot.
When you go see?
I don't know. I put in a sick call paper, and I put that I wanted to be discontinued off of the shot, and that was a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't had an appointment. So I'm thinking either they're just gonna discontinue it without calling me up there to get the shot, the new injection. Just leave it be, and
but something, huh?
Huh?
They should let you know.
They typically don't. They typically don't. Like, you have to stay on them about anything. But for me, it's like me and Ryan try to look online how long it's gonna take, say, after I don't get another shot, after I just stop taking it.
About a year.
To get a normal period?
I know, like when I was on the Depo shot, or people that, were on it and then are trying to get off of it to have kids, they say sometimes it'll take up to a year. No, not to have a normal period.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I'm like, I just want to have a normal period again.
It should regulate pretty quickly.
Okay.
It should, like a month or so probably.
Okay.
And then when you're going to just catalog it, like when you're going to start, when you have your first heavy period, because it's probably going to be heavy.
Okay.
Just, how long you bled, from when you started, and if it got lighter, and, just calculate that. So and calculate every one. So when you get out and you go to OB, when you get out, you'll have that, and you'll be able to tell them, like, look, this was, how my cycle was.
I was regular, like I was like every 27 days or so.
You and I, yeah.
We were kind of synced up there, and
we were synced up for you.
I go for like 5 days or so.
Yeah.
But
right.
Pretty consistent. and I knew like Ryan had tracked it to where we
Right.
knew that when on the day that I got out, I wasn't gonna be on it.
Right.
So I
Now,
was like, I don't know.
I mean, you can actually, if you have an appointment with them, and let's say it does end up falling to where you're going to be on your period when you get out, ask them about the shot. I forgot the name of the shot that they could give you for you to skip a period.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I know a lot of girls, that, oh God, I'm going to be on my period for my wedding. Well, you don't need to anymore because you could go to the doctor and they could give you a shot and it's going to skip that cycle.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, ask them if that's available,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, it would
And
suck if
not,
it was some other.
yeah, if not, then it is what it is. Just have protection for the 2 weeks after your period because that's when you are fertile,
Right.
you know, since you don't want to have a baby right when you get out, you know, and let's say your period happens, you know, to be 2 weeks before you get out, you know, and then you get out and then that's when you're fertile. So make sure she's carrying some condoms.
Yeah.
If not, we're gonna go buy some.
Yeah. We got it covered, literally.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, good.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Have a good rest of your day.
You too, sweetie. All right. Bye.